Hi everybody, I'm Angela and we are here with Stuart for his level 25 critique, which is kind of different. It's a website critique. Sorry, I
Sure.
really, yeah. So how are you, Stuart?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm sharing your website right now. So how about you tell me a little bit about it? Like when did you start it? What was your main goal and objective for this
Um,
website?
well, I started this, as you know, I started it years ago, but it was never like this.
Mm-hmm.
It was never a blog site. It was just a spot to have my gallery
Mm-hmm.
and maybe some links to some other sites that I was on. And I ended up getting rid of it because it became loaded down with categories.
Mm-hmm.
I was just sort of starting out in photography, so I had like landscape, I had cityscape, I had black and whites, I had yada 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 yada,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just way too much, and it was too cluttered. Um, and it's when I sort of just got started, so I was trying out infrared, I was trying out portraits, a whole bunch of things, and I didn't really know what I liked to do.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what am I now? 5 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I started in this group, I thought I would start it up again and try the blog thing and see how that goes.
How is it going for you?
Um, Sometimes it's a little hard to keep up with. I'm writing myself little reminders to, you know, do the week's blogs early. I'm on a two times a week schedule right now.
Perfect.
Um, and I was a little late on one of them, so that's pretty good. I think I have about 16 entries
Nice.
so far. I think
Nice.
so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been good. It seems really simple of a site, and I don't really know a lot about working with WordPress and stuff. But um,
So you put this all together yourself, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Nice.
and
That's
there's not
great.
much. There's not much to it, but
Mhm.
um,
I think it'll grow and expand as you grow and expand as an artist. So I think that the simpler you keep your site, the better. So
it's
I don't,
totally the opposite of what it was before, which I like. That's good.
well, that's okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. I think that what you're doing now with your blog is great, and that you updating your blog consistently is really, really good.
Mhm.
All right, and I also really like your name, Bending Life. How did you come up with that?
Um, it was kind of. I wish there was some crazy deep meaning to it, but there really is not. My wife and I thought about it a while ago and thought if I was going to put something out, I should make like a little name for my company or whatever it was going to be.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and we were kind of looking at like photography and using Photoshop and how you kind of manipulate things, and it's art and it's science and it's all this stuff.
hmm,
And I really like the travel aspect of it. So it's kind of like bending the rules of photography because I do a lot of HDR stuff. So
yeah,
you kind of, everybody uses bending light. Everyone kind of likes to use that
yeah,
phrase. So I thought it
yeah,
was just kind of like bending life. You travel a lot, you take a lot of these viewpoints that people have seen before, and you kind of tweak them a little bit so they look different. And, like this one right now that you're looking at,
uh-huh,
it's really kind of surreal looking.
mm-hmm.
Um, I used to
Really
do a
cool.
lot of shots like that, and that's kind of where it came from. Was just kind of taking something and you recognize and making it dreamlike or
Yeah,
surreal in some way. So,
yeah, really nice, Stuart. I think what I enjoy most about your blogging style now is just the stories that you've been putting behind it. And I think that that has been really great. I know that when we were scheduling this hangout, I asked you if there was anything in particular that you wanted to talk about. And one of the things was, I guess, like the content of your blog, like
mhm.
writing and stuff like that. And I personally think that it's great. I think that if
Okay,
this is
thank
your
you.
starting, I'm sorry?
Thank you. No,
Yeah.
keep on.
I think I think if this is your starting off point, like who knows where you're going to be with like your storytelling or your images and everything like that next year or even like 2 years from now. Um, I just think that the more you do it, the more you're going to get comfortable with like coming up with stories, or even like when you're going out and traveling some more and remembering those stories and being like, oh, I need to write about this on the blog, you know, like that, all of that is just going to evolve into so much better. And I think that it's already really, really great.
Awesome.
I like how simple your blog is. It's just very easy to look at. There's nothing around to distract me from anything else but your content that you have on there.
Yeah, one thing about that, I have to figure out how to make my images bigger in the blog posts. That I
Okay.
have not really been able to fix yet, and I don't know why I can't figure it out. There's just something about it that's just tripping me up, and I don't know. I can't
I,
find that spot to change, but I did link every image to the
nice.
gallery, like that's happening right now.
Yeah, nice. But is there a way to go back to the blog? I guess because I think once I click on the image and then I see it larger, I
Oh,
expect to be
if
back
you
at
hit the little X in the corner, does that not just go back or no?
no, it's
Oh, it
just
goes okay.
to the gallery.
I think if you, well, there's two ways. You can go to the menu again, or I think if at the top of the screen, I think
Mhm.
if you just hit the bending life, like the title, the bending life title, I think that might go back to the blog.
Okay. Yeah, I think people wouldn't necessarily know that.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, just from my husband, he is a web developer, and he was the first person to show me that. And then ever
Okay.
since then, like, I've never, like, none of my friends would really know how to do it. They're not really tech people or anything like that.
Hmm.
Like, they wouldn't necessarily know to click on that. So
Okay.
I would try to make this larger, and I think that it's great that it goes to a larger image. But then I expect either,
Yeah,
yeah, I
because
think
I
back
just
to
put like the URL for the actual picture in the gallery as the link. That's obviously my problem there because it's just going straight to a different page.
yeah,
So
yeah. I would see if there was any way, another way that you could do that.
okay.
Either I think it's cool that you can see it larger when you click on it, and then if there was a way to buy on here, then that would be even better.
Yeah, that's my other sort of thing. So I put um, the only sort of purchase thing I have right now is in the About Me section. I mention sort of where you can go, and in the menu, when you click on the menu, there's a purchasing section,
Yeah,
and that just basically gives you the link.
to find out
But
America.
yeah,
Got
but I don't have I have other little stores, but that's kind of the best one
it. Hmm.
that I have right now.
Yeah, the
So
thing with when it's just Fine Art America, then that person has to search for that image again, you know? Like if there is a
yeah,
way for them to click on it and then be able to just purchase it super fast and not really have to go through all these loops to purchase it, then
right.
that would be the ideal. Um,
Yeah, I've never set up a like a purchasing thing on a website before. So that to me is something I have to sit down and kind of figure out how I'm going to do that.
well, what if instead of linking to okay, so what about this idea? So when you click on the image to make it larger, what could you set it so that it opens like another tab to your Fine Art America? So in the Fine Art America, it's bigger there and you can still purchase it there.
Probably.
Yeah, I think
Do
that
I know
would
how
be
to
a
do that? No, but I'm
good.
sure it is possible.
I think you could do that. I think that would be a good alternative to what you have going on now.
Okay. I'm kind
Um,
of like a victim of my own limitations right now because I know what I could do, but
mhm.
I don't really know how to implement all that stuff. So
Yeah, if yeah.
I gotta look into it.
Okay, yeah, I would. And if you get stuck, then let me know and I could see what I could do to help you or ask a friend or something like that for you.
Okay.
Let's talk about your menu because even to click on your menu, it kind of takes you to another page too. Like
Hmm.
it's not like Like if you go to my website, for instance, like the menu is already there up on top. So you don't have to go searching for it or anything like that. It's just all plain right there for you. Um,
Now
it's just
that's just template specific right now for the one that I took.
okay.
Um, because I don't know how yours is set up, but if you go to like WordPress or whatever, you have like a template that gives you kind of like a layout of all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I can separate it from just the tab.
Okay.
I'll have to
Did
go
you
back and
do
just check.
that? Did you do that because it's mobile friendly that way too?
No, but it gives you the mobile version so you can see them while you're editing it.
Okay. So if I went, let me
It
see
is a
what.
lot easier to do on your phone than it is on a like.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I think that most people would make purchases from your computer as opposed to your phone, just because I'm not sure. Like I would
Yeah,
just think
absolutely.
of what would make it easiest for your target audience. Like I'm looking at it on the phone right now, and then even on the phone, it has the menu on top, but you can still scroll through your blog to still see it. It's not like a whole new page, you know?
Right.
So I feel like on the phone, it is, yeah, a whole lot easier to navigate your site and to kind of go through other things. And that way, it is a lot better. And then you'll definitely rank higher in the search engines because of that. But it is still a little bit difficult to navigate
Yeah.
on the
No, I see what
desktop.
you mean. And yeah, on the phone, it just gives you the drop down menu
Yeah,
instead of going
exactly.
to the whole blue page. So I kind of like that. Um,
Hmm.
I would like it to be easier on the computer, but I also like. Um, I don't want. I mean, I obviously would like to have the purchasing option on there, but I mean, first and foremost, I really wanted to focus on someone wanting to read it every week.
Yeah.
So if it's easier to
Yeah.
read, then maybe it's good. Because I know I read, 100% on blog sites on my phone because I'm always out
Mhm.
doing something. So in that
Yeah.
aspect, I guess that's kind of good. Um,
Yeah.
but you're right. If I can make it a little easier on the computer at the same time, that would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, just like reading it on the phone, your website is perfect for it. Just because it's white, it's simple, it's easy. Um, there's not a lot of like things to clutter it. I think that it looks great on the phone. Um, yeah, I think also so this follow. Let's talk about that. So is that a newsletter or what is that? Is that like an email
Nope,
that
nope. Um, you know what? I'm gonna pull that up too because that is not something I am familiar with.
Yeah, because it says join 654 followers. So I
Oh,
think every
is that just the Facebook link?
it
Where is that?
says
Where are you finding that on the page here?
so on the bottom. I just clicked this follow, and then this thing popped up, and then it's supposed to. It's asking me for my email address.
Whoa. The only
You have
things.
654 people who've already signed up with their email on there.
No, that can't be right. That has to be my Facebook is at 652, and
Oh,
my Instagram is I don't know
wait a minute.
30 something.
Let me put my email in there, and then I'll let you know what I get. Um,
That must be a WordPress thing because I'm not even seeing that on my.
oh, really? You don't even see it?
No.
Weird.
That is weird because when I pull up the page, I'm in the WordPress sort of like I have the editing options as well because I'm signed into WordPress,
Hmm.
but I don't even see that follow section. And I definitely do not see it
I
on
would,
the
do you
blog.
see like a widgets thing in there?
I shouldn't have anything extra in there, and I don't see it on the phone either. I just see the Facebook and Instagram at the bottom.
Weird. That's weird that I see that. Hold on, let me check my email and see if I got anything from you. Oh yeah, I got a confirmation for subscription. Howdy, you recent. I'm gonna forward this to you so you can see what it
Oh,
looks.
okay. That might be a
Um,
WordPress like ad that's put into my site.
I think that yeah, I think that every time you put up a blog post, people are receiving emails of the blog post.
Okay. I cannot imagine there are 600 and something people signed into mine. That would be very unusual.
Okay. Um. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I just got
definitely
your email about it.
yeah. It's definitely from WordPress. Okay. Well, I'll tell you next time you post a blog post. What happens?
Okay.
So
Sounds
we'll have
good.
to look into that and see what that
Okay,
actually.
yeah, because I just got your forward and yeah, just says please confirm your subscription.
Yeah, I just confirmed, and then I guess we'll just see how that
Mhm.
goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm like I said, like I'm usually I mean I could sign out of WordPress, I guess, and see what happens, but I'm signed in, so when I go to the page, it just
Mm-hmm.
shows me my page, but then gives me the background stuff also.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let me see. Okay.
oh yeah, okay, so I just signed out and there's a follow button down there now.
Okay. Yeah.
Get every new post and join 655 other followers. That's so weird. I guarantee you I do not have 655 followers.
You
Uh,
should look into that and see if whose emails those are and all of that stuff.
yeah, I'm thinking this is people that are just signed into other WordPress things. I don't know. I'm going to enter my email too and just see what happens. Anyway, okay, so I
Okay.
will somehow get
Yeah,
to the
so
bottom of that.
that's something to look into too.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so let's talk about your gallery then. Wait, let me see what your website looks like. And then, okay, Budding Life by Stuart Deacon. Okay. So this gallery is different than your Fine Art America too, right?
No, all of those should be in Fine Art America. Maybe
Okay, so
there's
how come
maybe there's one that isn't, but I don't know. Um,
I
they
feel
should
like
all
the
be in the.
gallery should be an easy way to purchase your images. So why not use your Fine Art America gallery as opposed to this one?
Um, well, I just went with that one for the full screen view.
Okay.
Fine Art America does not really give you a full screen view. You can zoom in on a portion of it,
Mm.
um, but it does not look. Uh, I don't want to say
Uh,
it doesn't look that great, but it looks smaller than what you'd get just clicking on one of mine. Yeah, you can't go full screen like that.
okay. Yeah, I was just checking to see if you could have Smug Mug. Um, uh, mm, I still kind of would like to see the gallery as a way to purchase because if they're browsing this, like this one is such a cool image. If I think that like my Uncle Larry would like this picture, like I really want to be able to purchase it really fast as opposed to going through all of these different
Mhm.
steps and ways to purchasing it, you know?
For sure, yeah.
And then even though it is not a full screen view on Fun Art America, do you have a link to your Fun Art America? I don't know if I can find it.
I do. Oh, on the web page, yeah, you can go to the About Me or Purchasing, either one.
Oh, got it.
Link at the bottom. Yeah, right there.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Okay.
they're all on here. I just have extra images also, right? Like,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah. But if you
Yeah.
click on, like, if you click on one of them, like go to the hay bale one first or whatever, see, that's the size you get. And
Uh-huh.
then if you click that,
Uh,
you just get whatever section you're zooming in on.
oh, got it.
So it's
That's
kind
in-
of like I don't really want to use that as a gallery because it's kind of weird. I mean, you can see all the sizes and all the, framing options and all that stuff, which is good, but you
mhm.
don't get to really look at the picture. So when someone was on the website, I kind of wanted, you know, just the
Hmm.
easiest way that you could see a full screen shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me, yeah, that's difficult. That sucks. I don't
Yeah, and
know.
honestly, I just went with Fine Art America because that's kind of what I'm already part of,
Hmm.
and I just kind of thought that would be the easiest thing to go into. I've never used SmugMug. I've never used any other type of
Hmm.
thing like that. So I don't know if, I mean, there's probably an easier option out there. But.
I think that for now, my biggest thing would be that I would want, if your goal of your site is for people to purchase, as opposed to the goal of your site is having people look at your images, I would
Mhm.
think having this to be a priority over like purchasing over looking at full screen.
Okay.
Do you know?
Yep.
Or you could just try it out for now and see how it works. And then maybe in a few months, if people are like, oh, I can't see it on a full screen, like, how come I can't see it on full screen? If people start complaining or people say that they want to see that bigger version, then maybe you could look into SmugMug or some kind of alternative to that. But
Right.
I think the biggest thing would be to purchase
Okay.
right now. Yeah, and then coming from your site to the Fun Art America, I feel like there's a lot of steps that you have to go through
Right.
to view that. So I would try to eliminate so many steps to get into there.
Okay.
Make that a link to, like a hyperlink, as opposed to just like text.
Yeah. You know what? On the about me, I thought that it was. I guess I just haven't gone back and edited it
Yeah. Huh, that's weird.
because I just kind of copied and pasted the link in there, but I copy and pasted the link into the purchasing section the same way. But the purchasing one obviously comes up as a link.
Hmm.
So I got to go back and just fix that.
Yeah. So what else about your website do you like or not like or
Um, well, I didn't like that it was so simple. I like that it's clean and I like that it's, you know, um,
mhm.
not cluttered.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I go and I look at it and I go, wow, this is really basic. Like there's really just
Mhm.
not much here. I mean, as of right now, I don't know what to put in. I don't want to tinker around with it too much. I do want to get that image on the blog post a bit bigger. So it's a
Hmm.
little more on the phone. It looks great. You're right. It looks a lot different.
Yeah.
Um, but on this, it just looks a little compressed.
Yeah. Hmm. So that must be a setting or something like that.
Yeah, I've,
Uh,
I've kind of gone into looking into what it is, and it's just a little more convoluted right now. So I really need to set aside some time and figure out exactly how to change that.
yeah. I would also, so what else would you want to see? Like what on other people's websites that you see that are like on the blog page or whatever that you would want to see for your own website?
That's a good. I don't really have an answer. Just let me pull up something here.
Like whose website do you go to? Like I have a few
Well,
websites that I go to
I'm
for
gonna go to
inspiration.
yours right now to
Okay.
put
Okay.
you on the spot. Um, things that I like about yours is yeah, you've got the um, the menus at the top that you can just pick through.
Mm-hmm.
Um, your title seems to be a little more. If I just switch back to mine is. I mean, it's at the top, but it's kind of simple. And the minute you scroll away from it, it kind of disappears. Yours seems to have a little more presence.
What do you mean, the blog title or my
No,
like?
just your name, like the Angela B. Pan
Oh,
photography. It's
mhm,
a little more centered, I guess, when you go to the site.
mhm.
Um, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's a little lower down.
Yeah.
Like just when you
Okay.
first open it up, it's like right there centered.
Hmm.
Um, I obviously don't have all of the social media that you do,
Uh-huh.
so I don't know if I would want to list all of them there.
Because I
Uh,
noticed on yours, you don't necessarily even have them listed. Because I know you're doing
no,
Instagram.
I do. I have the Facebook and the Instagram at the bottom of every page.
Oh, you do? Let me see.
Yeah,
On the bottom of every page.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, you have to scroll all the way down. I feel
yeah.
like
Well,
if people want to
on
connect
the
with
on
you,
the blog page, it's difficult because there's so many blog posts per page. So
yeah. I feel like if someone is super interested in your website, then
mhm.
they're gonna want to follow you immediately. Like even if they may not be interested, they still want to keep up with what you're doing and like all of your blogs and stuff like that. I feel like if you had some kind of sidebar or something where people could just be like, "Oh yes, follow. He has a Facebook. I'm following him on Facebook,"
Right.
so I can keep up. Um, yeah, having people like stay in touch with you, I think is pretty important too, because that's just a way to keep you in the back of their minds
Hmm.
if they ever need any kind of pictures or art or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can put that on either side, and I can have it sort of scroll away when you scroll away from it, or stick there.
Mm-hmm. I think that
So
would be really helpful for other places where people can find you, and like you have all this social media that you started doing. I think like you should connect that to your blog too,
right. Okay.
in a more obvious way.
Hmm.
What else would you want people to do when they come to your website? You want them to purchase? You want them to read?
But for me right now, I think the reading part is probably the most important because it's the newest to me, and it's the part that I'm most foreign to.
Uh-huh.
I'm not really used to it. I feel like I'm trying to just get into my groove of doing that all the time and being
Uh-huh.
comfortable with doing it all the time. So
Hmm.
that to me is a big deal right now. Um,
Okay.
and I really kind of want to build up my library of posts for a while until um, it's just sort of second nature. Right now, I have to actually sit down and pick an image and think about it, and what are
Yeah.
some things that I thought were good. How do I write it so it sounds natural and not too stuffy or whatever? Because I'm not used to writing anything really. So
Yeah. I
that's just
think
been my sole focus for the past while. So
yeah, I think that maybe you enlarging your pictures and yeah, I think that would help kind of like bring more attention to your blog posts, I think. I
mhm.
don't know. I think that already it's pretty easy to read it just because it is so simple and it's white background with black text. You already have gorgeous images to go along with them. I think you just really gotta start pushing like your social media and try to get more people to come to your blog and to have them expect the blog post. You do it every Monday and Friday, or right?
Tuesdays and Fridays, yeah.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Fridays.
Mhm.
So you just have to like kind of train your audience to know that like on Tuesdays and Fridays they should expect something new from you. I
Right.
think you posting on Facebook and be like, hey, it's Tuesday, like new blog post or whatever. Until you don't have to do that every time, but like like maybe the first few times to say that, then people will start expecting it, and they'll also help keep you accountable to keep that going. I think when
Right.
people are really
On
following.
on my Facebook page, it just gets posted every Tuesday and Friday.
Let me see.
But that's just with Facebook.
Mhm. Life. Okay, so how come your name isn't Ending Life by Stuart Deacon? Because I think this is Spending Life by Stuart Deacon, and then even your Fine Art America. It said just by Stuart Deacon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I would
I
keep it all consistent.
this is where I have kind of my disconnect because I had like the website that I started was the same time as I started the Facebook,
Hmm.
and I never got rid of the Facebook, but I just kind of didn't post for a really long time. Whereas I actually dropped the website altogether, the first version,
Hmm.
so I just stuck with that. But the Fine Art America and everything, I don't know. I just kind of put it as me, and I have a bunch of other websites where I just I just use my name because I wasn't sure if I was gonna stick with that whole bending life thing. So I just put my name on all my stuff, and then that's where I posted religiously for the past 4 years or whatever it's been. So you know what I mean? So
Uh,
like I started with a plan, but it wasn't really a solid plan because I wasn't really knowing what
yeah.
I was going to do. And then now here I am 4 years later, and I've got I have a DeviantArt page, I have a Fine Art America page, I'm on Google Plus, I have this website I'm starting up again.
Hmm.
Um, so because I had the Facebook page, I thought, well, why don't I make it like I had the old web page and link it to the Facebook page, almost like I never left because there's 600 something people on there,
Hmm.
and just start up from there. But then
Hmm.
the Fine Art America was like the easiest purchasing site that
Hmm.
I was affiliated with.
Hmm.
So
So
I went around.
I would
Sorry?
just go back now and just change it all to be consistent, like Bending Life on Facebook. You can change the name on Facebook, right? Yeah,
Yeah, and that's why I put the Stuart Deacon on there. I did that actually pretty recently
yeah. Um,
because I didn't
and
have my
then
name on it, and that was.
you see how on your
But
Facebook, you see how on your Facebook you have the BL as your profile picture?
yes.
If you're gonna do that, then I would put that on your About Me page, on like anything that you have icons for. Like I would keep it all consistent so that
Hmm.
people know that it's like the same person that's taking the pictures, you know?
Right.
Like if you don't want to put your face or like your like just a profile picture of you, then I would make the logo as your everything. But I
Right.
will say that I think that if you had your face there, that people would trust you more and would feel more comfortable buying from you if you had your face there, just so they
Mhm.
could see who they're purchasing from, you know?
Sure. And my only excuse for that is probably pure laziness because I don't have a lot of pictures of myself, or good ones. So I'd have to actively go out and get a good one. So
Well, the profile picture that I have, I just set up my tripod and took my remote and just kept on shooting for like 10 minutes. And then out of that, I just chose whatever one I liked.
excellent.
So you can definitely do that this weekend.
I should. I
Yeah. Yeah.
should.
Um,
Yeah, I should find some time to do that.
yeah. What else could we talk about? Do you feel like that was a lot, like a good starting point to where you could kind of take your website now?
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is basically bare bones right now, and
Hmm.
I'm just really using it as a vehicle to be comfortable with the regular posting.
Yeah. And I
So
definitely think it's just a day by day thing. It's not like something that's going to come all to you all tomorrow or something like that. It's just
right.
really trying things out, tweaking it. If the Fine Art America stuff doesn't work, then you try something else. If this blogging format with just like the really simple text doesn't work out for you, then maybe you try something out in a few months to see maybe black with the white text would work or something like, like just try different things and really just experiment, don't be afraid, and just spend some time. Like it's not, you don't have to set out huge chunks of time every day for it. It's just doing little tweaks here and there every day
Mhm.
that will really add up.
Yeah, sometimes I sit and I look at it and I think of all the things I want to change to it,
Yeah.
um, and I just kind of get a little overwhelmed because I
Yeah.
want to do all of it right away, and then I just kind of think, oh well, you know what, I'm going to put it off and not
Exactly.
focus on it right now because I know I'm going to get bogged down, and I don't want to start resenting it or feeling like it's a
Exactly.
This is not my
So
job.
first thing to do is really, I would just make a list of all the things that you want to do and just knock out the simplest ones that you think will be the easiest returns. Like if it's just like adding, I mean, even just hyperlinking this on your About Me page could
Hmm.
make a big difference for people who are looking at About You and wanting to learn how to purchase your images. You know,
Right.
just simple things like that um, every day. Just little things could really add up to a lot. And then eventually, maybe converting the gallery page into your Fun Art America page or converting the links to the actual pictures to your Fun Art America, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a
How does
good
that sound?
plan. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I'm kind of like a list person. Like I have to write out a list of everything that I need to do and then just cross them off as it goes.
I'm a
And
reminder person. I have to put a reminder in my phone that beeps at me and tells me to do something.
so
Otherwise,
definitely do that.
goes
Then
completely overlooked. Yeah.
if Then if you're a reminder person, just remind yourself a little bit every day. Just break down each goal into little tasks every day. So it doesn't seem super intimidating. So it seems really doable and that you'll actually do it.
Right.
Like every day at 8 o'clock at night, I'm going to find hyperlinks that I could link my Fine Art America to or just whatever the case is.
Yeah. It may sound stupid, but that's what my reminders say.
Good.
Like every day I have done little things like that. So yeah.
No, if it works for you, then I just think you should just keep on going.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So guess that's it. Did you have any other questions?
Yeah, no, the only other thing I was going to say
Hmm.
was about before you'd asked to find an audience.
Hmm.
And I think I kind of found my audience was kind of like what I want to do, like people
Hmm.
that are traveling and looking for stuff. And I know that we talked about tagging and things like that. So
Hmm.
I've been trying to tag a lot of my images with um, travel places from those states or wherever I was from. So
Nice.
or wherever I was at. And
Hmm.
I do that a lot more on Instagram than I do on my webpage.
Uh-huh.
And I do have people write to me from like South Dakota and stuff like that from those things,
Cool.
or they'll at least
Nice.
look at it and write a comment or something. So
Yeah.
so that works, which is cool.
Yeah.
Um, so I got to keep up doing that. But I was talking to Cheryl and she was saying, "Oh yeah, you should research magazines and things like that." And I did look up a couple, so that helped out. That was pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
So I think the audience thing is good, and that
Yeah.
helps my writing because then I feel like I'm kind of writing to those people and not just a generic whoever might pick it up. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I think once you have kind of like an idea in mind of who you're writing to, then it's just going to be so much easier and flow out better. And if you're really targeting them, then they're going to find you. You
right,
know, it's just keeping them in mind and writing to them. They're going to find you eventually.
cool,
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
awesome, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Um, there we go.